Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys today? So I'm sure that you've heard that there is set to be a lunar eclipse tomorrow as the first eclipse of the year and of eclipse season. On top of that, it is a full moon. Okay, so this is a lot. That's a lot of math. Okay, so just to clear it up, I just wanted to do this video and just like tell you some info. If you feel like watching it, watch. You know what I'm saying? So look, let's talk about a lunar eclipse. So a lunar eclipse is the thing that's happening tomorrow, and it is when the Earth is in between the sun and the moon. So what happens is you just don't see the moon because the moon has no light of its own, and so it's always just reflecting the light from the sun. So when the Earth gets in between, where's the moon? Where did it go? But first note is that no fear, y'all. There's no fear to be had here. Everything that is done, especially when it comes to like the planets, it is for our benefit. Even if it hurts a little bit, when they pinch you a little bit, it's still so that we can benefit from it. So let's look at the parts. You have Mother Goddess, right? Let's look at her as the moon. And then you have Father God, and then that's the sun, right? And then you have, Mother Nature, Mother Gaia, the earth. But then you have we little us, right? So from our standpoint, we're like depending on the sun and the moon, right? So it's like when one goes away, we're like, what happened? Even though it's like only for like 5 minutes, it's like 2 minutes. I don't even think it's 2 or 5 minutes. But when it happens like that, we get a little like excited, like what do we do? What's going on? So this is only signifying change. That's it. Just big change. Think about it as if you're taking away, what's that song? Total Eclipse of the Heart. I keep on thinking about that song because it's like you eclipsed my heart. I couldn't even, where did my heart go? You became it. You see what I'm saying? So when you eclipse something out, when energy needs to be eclipsed out, it is make it gone, make it disappear, right? So your shadow self, Mother Goddess, is represented as your shadow self, right? Father God is represented as the self that you show everybody. So now your shadow self is being eclipsed by yourself. Because Earth, you live on Earth, right? So Earth kind of represents you a little bit. Even that shadow self is now being eclipsed. That means that it's like gone now, right? Your shadow self, the self that you normally have to hide. You see? So what does that look like? This looks like you living in your truth. This looks like you being forced out of somebody's closet. We're not talking about sexuality, but somebody's closet, right? Change ensuing, and significant change, unexpected change, right? Because it's like saying that your shadow self is becoming symbiotic with your self, your main self, okay? And being that your physical self, the earth, is kind of moving in front of the shadow self, it's like you are being forced to give attention to things that you normally don't give attention to in your scene life, if that makes sense. All right. So you want to give more time and space for unexpected events to change your schedules. That's definitely something that you definitely want to do. Also, my Cancer babies, because this is a lunar eclipse, you already know. But y'all not the only ones in the boat, though. Y'all not the only ones in the boat, because the other people, it's going to feel bigger for Cancers, damn sure, but it's going to even feel bigger for all mutable signs. Because why? Because where is this happening? This lunar eclipse is happening in Sagittarius. Mutable signs. What's the other mutable signs? Sagittarius, Gemini, and Pisces. All right? So, which I am too. Okay? So I am 2 for 4. So I'm definitely feeling this a lot. I'm having like a little, I think I just want to tell you guys about what I was telling my cousin this morning, is that like I'm starting to see spirits. I'm starting to see ghosts. I hate that word for them though, but like I'm starting to see spirits a lot more clearer. If anybody else is, please tell me. Because before I used to see like, like little like shadow figures, like silhouettes, black silhouettes and gray silhouettes. And then now I'm seeing ruffles on dresses. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody else is seeing that also, please feel free to comment. I would love to hear that. I'm just trying to think if I didn't tell you anything else. Obviously, the solar eclipse is when the moon is in between the sun and the earth. So on that one, Leos feel it a lot. You see what I'm saying? And judging by what sign we have it in, the rest of the other signs, there's mutable, cardinal, and fixed. Okay, so that take care of all 12 signs, right? Those three categories. So on wherever it is on that next, and remember that they come in twos. Okay, so we're in the season now, so we're waiting for another one. That's also, just this last little part, I forgot to say, is the full moon part. So at a full moon, you are full of energy, and so you need to release, right? And so that's why we howl at the moon, "Awoo!" Because we're so full of the energy that we've built up since the new moon. And so that gives you an idea that is the actual month period, right? To spirit, at least. So that something is being eclipsed out, coming from the shadow self. Something in the shadow self is being eclipsed out. So it's like about maybe ending bad behaviors. It's about something falling through, like those two energies together. That means a lot of change. Okay. So, and I've heard people say that eclipses are seen as full moons times 3 or times 100 or something like that. But I can definitely attest to the fact that this would be a stronger full moon. It's also a super moon. All right, so I will leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mwah!